Are you there?
Yeah.
All right, I apologize for
That's
that.
okay.
Okay, so AT&T. Was it AT&T?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so yeah, like I said, I would just have them replace your router basically,
Okay.
because you,
And just explain to them that all the problems I've had with the wireless and having it worked perfectly for 11 months, and then on the 11th month in one day it decided to have a nervous breakdown.
yeah,
And after that happened, I mean, literally, I've talked to 5 people that said, "Oh yeah, they're on their fourth or fifth router." It says, "Is it a two-wire?" Yeah, they're bad.
yeah.
So, okay, so I should just call them and have them come out because they're going to need to reset it. Then are they just going to put a new router in and mess with the computer? Or are they just going to do a router and then I'm going to be able to get onto it?
Well, they'll install your router and they'll set up your network settings on it so that way you'll be able to connect. So yeah, basically they'll set up your router and get you connected to the internet again.
Oh boy, that sounds very risky. Okay.
Well, it's also sort of it's basically a free option as well because your ISP they're not going to charge you for that work. Um, Whereas us sending a technician out to you would be
Oh, I know, but it's like the only person I trust to touch it is Philip.
yeah. I mean, if you wanted to have them replace it, you could still have Phil come out. I mean, obviously if they didn't, if they got it working, then that'd be
But what
unnecessary.
I'll
But
do is that's what I'll do is I will call them right now and hopefully they can send somebody out today. I'm in desperate need of being able to send stuff and send in some things that, the deadline technically is midnight tonight, but maybe I can call the people and say, hey, I've got computer problems, and it's I can tell you how many words it is, and you can set up the space. And then if he can get it working fine, if he can't, I'll call you back and have Philip come over. Because I'm just so frustrated. I mean, I just cannot figure out. It's not that I've done anything except for maybe pressing the reset button, but before that it wasn't working. So I figured pressing the reset button, it's going to press it, it's going to get it back to where it was, not to the original one. So, okay, well, do you have a phone number for calling AT&T?
I can look one up here for you. Give me
Or is
just a
there a
sec.
special, like, is it, because I don't have the phone book to me.
All right. Oh, it's gonna take just a minute too. The system in here's got to boot up, so yeah.
The guy who they sent to do the static on the lines the day after Philip was here the last time, he was great, and he really knew what he was doing, because I said it's specifically a static problem, and the guy from AT&T said he could not believe, with all the bad static on the line, that the DSL was even still working.
Hmm.
But it was. So he was able to trace it down and figure out where the problem was, all the way out by the road on Old Alturas Road.
Yeah.
So hopefully, because I know a guy I do some freelance work for, when he first got his installed, he had a bad modem, like from the get-go, and it never started working right. And so finally the guy brought him another modem, like 4 or 5 days later, and it was working. So, I mean, some of these modems just don't seem that good, and they don't seem to understand the problem. When the guy from AT&T walked me through it on the phone one day, and I at least got the laptop running the last time, they don't understand these other little boxes that you guys hook up with it. The little black box on the other side, the little TrendNet box, that little router. They were very confused about that, and he actually disconnected that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Philip said, "Oh yeah, the AT&T guys don't understand why we do that." So Philip redid all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it shouldn't be that involved because if they replace your router, then it'll be a new router. It's a very big possibility too that this router may just have had a physical defect or something innately wrong with it.
Or it had a hiccup at the end.
And that's one of the reasons the ISPs replace them for free, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, this system's really slow. It's still booting up. This is our warehouse computer I'm at right now.
You guys guys should have the best computers.
Well, we do. We just we kind of put them where we use them the most.
I know. So you put the oldest, slowest one where you never have to use it. But I mean, it's probably listed in the phone book too, so I could probably go on and find it. And if it says for computers.
Well, their number is a little
or
difficult to find.
DSL. I'm sure it's a secret number, and you have to stand on your head and pat your stomach and say a few prayers to find it.
Okay, another minute or so. We should. Oh, here we go. Logging in now. Okay. All right.